Jetpack Joyride is an endless side-scrolling runner that was originally released on mobile all the way back in 2011 and finally found its way onto the PS4 in 2016. The game has an MSRP of $2.99 but was on sale a few weeks back for $1.49. I know what you're thinking, shouldn't this game be free? Well, yes it should be, as it's still free on mobile, but since 12 PSN trophies have been added and it has a ton of replayability, I'm gonna look the other way on this one. You play as Barry Steak Fries as you steal a machine gun powered jetpack and try to escape the laboratory sector by sector while avoiding zappers, missiles, and lasers all in a single attempt. The concept of the game is simple. One button is used to make Barry jump and propel him into the air. Holding it down will continue making him ascend until he gets to the top of the screen. Simply letting go of the button will make Barry fall back down to the ground. The X button and all 4 buttons on the D-pad will engage the jetpack. It's not really necessary to have all 5 options, as when I was switching between this and other games, I'd inadvertently press down before remembering that Barry can't duck, resulting in me jumping into the nearest zapper and getting killed. The X button also feels more responsive than the D-pad anyway, and the game can easily be played one-handed. For added interest to a simple game, you can level up Barry by completing missions. There are no stat benefits to this, but you do get coins for each level you complete and are awarded a medal for finishing all of the missions. They definitely add a bit of fun to the game since you're not just trying to get as far as possible, but rather trying to do things like high-fiving scientists or traveling an exact distance in a run. The missions start off pretty easy and by the end they can get quite challenging. Trying to get to 1750 meters without collecting any coins whatsoever had me dodging everything on screen with fingers crossed. The stash screen contains different categories of upgrades that will affect your gameplay or look. They are unlocked by using coins that you collect in the game or ones that are purchased in the PlayStation Store and include clothing, jetpacks, vehicles, utilities, and gadgets. Clothing does not affect gameplay, but consists of different top and bottom pieces that can be mixed and matched. Aviator goggles, clown and mime makeup, and knight's armor are some to name a few. You can even turn Barry into a woman if you'd like to. My favorite combo so far are the robe and top hat, as it makes Barry look like a classy wizard. Jetpacks also do not affect gameplay but give Barry different means of propulsion, including but not limited to bubbles, fruit, and a normal jetpack. I like that there's an array of different options and each has a sound effect associated with it. The leaf blower actually sounds like a leaf blower, and the beehive sends out buzzing bees to swarm the scientists. The game allows you to equip 2 different gadgets during the run that can affect gameplay significantly. Some are a coin magnet, easy dodge missiles, and a turbo boost. Some are definitely more useful than others. Although the X-ray glasses look great, they only allow you to see what vehicle is coming up, and the nerd repellent just gets rid of the scientists. It's only useful to complete certain missions, but the fact that they add tumbleweeds and cobwebs into the lab is pretty funny. I'm a big fan of the air berries as they give you an extra high bounce off the floor. Flash the robot dog is a great companion and he interacts with the environment and the vehicles. Throughout the run, Barry can hop into different vehicles chosen at random. Since these afford you an extra hit and also slow the speed down significantly when first used, they are crucial to utilize in a long run. 6 are available from the beginning and 2 are unlocked later by paying for them or waiting 14 days from the game's purchase in the case of the jet ski. Yes, it's crazy that the sleigh costs $4.99 when the game itself at max is only $2.99. But luckily, not purchasing the sleigh does not stop you from completing the PSN trophy of riding every vehicle. Each vehicle has different types of controls and takes some getting used to. Mr. Cuddles glides at the top of the screen, so pushing the jetpack button causes him to dip, while Little Stomper runs at the floor and leaps into the air when the button is pushed. The easiest vehicles to get distance with are the crazy freaking teleporter and the Prophet Bird. I'm not a fan of the gravity suit as I find it difficult to manipulate. That said, when you use it with Flash equipped, the animation of him just floating around is hilarious. One special vehicle that only appears once a day is the Strong Arm Machine, or SAM. You need to collect 3 special tokens to ride in the massive machine. Once inside, the jetpack button lifts Sam's arm to block missiles, which shoot faster and faster the longer you ride. SAM is a great way to gain extra distance, plus it automatically collects all the coins on the screen. If you have collected any tokens during the run, the final spin screen will appear after you die. You have the chance to win blasts that push Barry's body a little further, free coins, head starts, double coins, or a second chance life. There's nothing better than hearing the chiming that you've won a second chance and can continue your game. There are 2 types of trophies for Jetpack Joyride, 12 PSN trophies and 26 in-game. The PSN trophies are pretty standard and you'll collect most of them by playing the game normally. In my opinion, the most difficult trophy was Germaphobe, which requires you to travel 2 kilometers without touching any coins, tokens, or scientists. It took many runs and so many near misses for me to get this one, and the fact that the trophy has a 3% completion rate definitely shows how tough it is. The in-game trophies don't give you anything, but they're pretty amusing. The one called Teehee 2 has you finish the game with exactly 69 coins, while staying on the stash screen for 2 minutes without doing anything earns you the Good Work Sierra. Like with pretty much all games of this generation, microtransactions are present in Jetpack Joyride, but they aren't necessary to have a good time with it. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this for quite some time and I haven't spent anything beyond the initial game purchase. So, do I like Jetpack Joyride? Yes, absolutely. It's funny, charming, and simple with enough things to do to make you continue coming back. It's one that you might sit down to play for 10 minutes and then look at your watch to find out that an hour has gone by. The music is great, and although it does just repeat over and over, it's catchy and fits the vibe of the game. The only glaring issue is that it's crashed on me about a dozen times overall. Even though it should be a free game, it's easily worth $1.50, and I don't even want to say how many hours my girlfriend and I have put into this game. Before we wrap this up, I want to make a little aside here. If this is a game that interests you and you want to pick it up next time it's on sale, I want to make this one issue known. Every time when you complete all the available missions, you are given the choice to get an award now and roll it over to begin the missions again, or you can do it later. In the PS4 version of the game, which is the one that we looked at here, you have to choose cash in every time that you get the chance to roll it over. If you don't, then you will never be able to again. There's a bug where the cash in button is not actually able to be selected, and since the game was released 4 years ago and people on the internet have complained about it all the way up to the publisher, it hasn't been fixed yet and it will most likely never be. If you do not roll the missions over, you'll have to delete your save and start again to do it properly. Please do not fall into this trap. Alright, so those are my thoughts on Jetpack Joyride. What are yours? Next video is on Food Truck Tycoon. Stay nerdy. I'm out.
Getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on.
I got a raging nerd on.